Good morning, everybody from Perth. Thanks for the opportunity to talk to you today. I just will run through a quick PowerPoint presentation and then we can take questions at the end. We're a gold-focused company. Our assets are principally gold. We do have some other mineral rights, but they're not substantial. We are all located between Kalgoorlie and Norseman, so all our projects are closely aligned. I'll only speak about our two major projects today. Spargoville will leave to a later date. So our main project is the Widgie Gold Project. That is all surrounding predominantly the north end of the Widgie Dome. The key players in this area are Mincor, Widgie Nickel, who we share the nickel, lithium and gold rights with, Kaora Gold, who's a Canadian-based company. Just to the south of us is Norseman, where Tulla and Pantura are operating. So we acquired these projects over the last month. We listed on the ASX in February 2021. We've done a fair bit of work since we listed. These are the main players in the area. There's going to be a lot of activity in this area. Mincor in particular developing the Cassini gold mine, and as I mentioned, Widgie Nickel developing their nickel projects. Kaora are expanding their mill at Higginsville, and they're developing both the projects at Beta Hunt and at Spargo True Ward. So our principal project is the Munda deposit, which is in the top of the Widgie Dome. We bought this project in late 2020. Since we bought that project, when we acquired the project, it had an inferred resource of 46,000 ounces. We've done 2 phases of drilling, other geological work, and we have now increased that resource 4-fold to around 200,000 ounces. We've also moved it from the inferred category up to 82% of the indicated category. You can see on the results down the bottom, there's some outstanding results from some of our drilling programs. ARC holes 3 and 12 in particular are substantial results. The second program, the results were not as spectacular as the first program, but you can also see that there are some good results in there. Our aim is to expand the resource principally to the east side. On the northeast structure trend, we believe that we'll be able to expand that resource by further drilling. The other project that we're working on, which is just south of Munda, is the Guest prospect. That's within 2 km of Munda. It's southeast of Munda. We did one program there in August 2021. We located a basalt unit that is specifically defined in the map on the right-hand side. You can see the basalt unit within the ultramafic unit. We've gone down there and done a further drill program just recently. In January 2022, we did another 25 holes concentrating on that basalt unit, not going too deep into the ultramafics, but just concentrating on where we believe the gold is mineralized in the basalt unit. We delivered those samples up to Kalgoorlie for sampling in mid-January and late January. WA is just gridlocked. I think everybody's fully aware of the impact COVID has had on WA. Drill results that used to take 4 to 6 weeks to get back are now taking 10 to 12. So unfortunately, whilst we would like to be telling the market what we've done, we seriously don't believe there'll be any results out till the end of March, early April. The project that we intend to bring to monetize first will be the Jeffreys Find project. We acquired this project from Mincor. This project sits about 45 km due east of Norseman, and then you go up to get to Jeffreys Finds, about 20 km north of the highway to Adelaide. So it's a small resource, it's a discrete resource, it starts at surface, it does not go very deep. We've sent up the metallurgical test work up to Kalgoorlie. It's at the ALS laboratory as we speak. We hope to get those results sometime this month. Then we'll proceed to a scoping study based upon those metallurgical results. Then we believe to de-risk the project, we will do some grade control drilling in October this year. We'll then go forward to complete a feasibility study. We'll look at agreements with toll treatment operations at either Coolgardie or at Kalgoorlie. And it's our desire, subject to all those criteria fitting and everything working out as we like it to be, that we would look at mining in the second half of 2023. I must emphasise that that's our indicative timetable. It may change, it will certainly change. It will move around a little bit, but that is our desire, to try and get Jeffreys Find into a mining operation within the next 16 to 18 months. So as I said, when we started in June 2020, we didn't have any resources under our control. When we completed the acquisitions in September 2020, we had around 108,000 ounces. We moved that up in November up to 220,000 ounces. But as you could see, most of them were in the inferred category. We've now increased it again up to the 250,000 ounces in round numbers. But most importantly, it's now principally in the indicated category. One of the things that impacted gold exploration and gold development in this area were large draconian gold royalties, principally to Morgan Stanley Bank. Those have now all been eliminated. So there's only 2 gold royalties that apply to us: the standard state government royalty of 2.5%, plus there's a 1% gross smelter royalty solely on the Guest prospect, payable to Neometals as a consequence of that acquisition. So our strategy is to continue to grow the resources of the company. And we all know that there's 2 ways to do that, either by drilling and exploration or by acquisition. We've been very fortunate that projects that we have acquired, we've bought exceptionally well. We're diligent in our acquisition strategy. We are looking at a couple of projects at this point in time. We won't do anything unless it fits with our company mantra. So we want to, as I said earlier, progress Jeffreys Find to production this year, keep growing our resources at Widgie-Maltha, Spargo. Widgie-Maltha, we intend to go back and do another drill program at Munda this year, and a further drill program at Guest once we have the results back, as I said, hopefully in March, April this year. So 2023, we would like to be generating cash. That is our key objective for 2023. As I said, but continue to grow the resources and to increase our footprint in this fantastic location. So I'd like to just emphasize what we've done with our money since we listed. We raised in total in our seed raise and in our IPO around near $10.8 million. 76% of that cash has been spent on operational activities. On cash expended on mining activities, and we've only spent 24% of our cash that we've spent in admin and related activities. You can see that our biggest expenditure has been at Munda, and then on the Neometals gold rights, and really Spargoville, we haven't done any real work at Spargoville, principally because our main tenement at Spargoville is still an application and has not been granted. So why Auric? It's a competitive market. There's lots of opportunity. There's lots of competitors. So the 2 biggest things that we believe are people and projects. We've got an excellent track record. Our board is very aligned with what we're going to do. We've got great leadership team led by John Utley and Nicholas Snow. They spend a great deal of their time in the field, actually working on the drill rigs. We're a small organisation. There's only 5 employees. So we know that we've got to keep rolling up our sleeves and do what we've got to do. Our projects are strategically located principally around the Widgie-Maltha Dome. We've got a good land holding there. Most of our tenements are granted mining leases, which is important to emphasise. If we want to actually go mining, we can. If they were still exploration licenses, that would really slow us down. We've got minimal gold royalties. We've got a near-term toll treatment for Jeffreys Find. As I said, we will do 2 scoping studies, one to either Coolgardie or the other to Kalgoorlie. We've actually moved from 0 to 246,000 ounces in 18 months. We've got a clear pathway on how we're going to get to our next hurdle, which we internally is 500,000. We'll do that through Munda, Guest and the Widgeworth Gold Project principally. We're a newly incorporated company, so we've got no legacy issues. Our board owns around 27% of the company. There's no shareholder that owns more than 7.7%. So we're all aligned with our shareholding. We've got no debt. We've got no performance rights or unlisted options. We're a very simple capital structure. So our overheads are very low. We spend around $85,000 per month on all operational overheads. So really, to drive the company, we need to keep spending money in the ground, which is what we intend to do. So this is our capital structure. As I said, we're a small cap. We've got 93 million shares on issue. We've got around 2.2 million in the bank. 60% of our shares are tradable. 40%, the 40% that's in escrow is in escrow until February 2023. We've got 43 million options on issue. They're well out of the money. So to make them worth something as a management team, we need to drive the business. This is our current mineral resources, splitting it up both at Munda at Jeffreys. As I said, in the early category, we've now got around 80% of those into the indicated category. So that's our standard compliance statement. Everything that we've said here has been announced to the ASX, and you can go back and read any of our ASX announcements if you need to. So, as I said, we really want to become a mining company in a tier 1 jurisdiction in WA. We've got a lot of work to do, but we're committed people. We'll deliver upon our promises and we'll achieve our results both internally in our management team and externally as directors for our shareholders. So thank you for the opportunity to talk to you today. If anybody has any questions, I'll be delighted to take them, Tim.